I'm at the Military Women's Memorial, located at the ceremonial gateway to Arlington National Cemetery.
We are the only national memorial dedicated to telling the stories of America's servicewomen from all eras and all military services. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of those stories.
Gladys Thomas Anderson joined the Women's Army Corps, or WAC, in July 1944. For much of World War II, the WAC was the only service branch that admitted Black women, although they served in segregated units and were denied the opportunity to be stationed overseas. Many African Americans hoped that the fight for democracy abroad would improve race relations at home. They also hoped that the military would provide a path for upward mobility. Anderson wanted to advance by acquiring secretarial skills. Facing political pressure from Black leaders and organizations, the War Department decided to send a Black postal unit to Europe in 1945. Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, an educator and advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, had advocated for Black women to have a meaningful part in the war. Anderson was one of over 800 women from a variety of backgrounds and talents who volunteered to join the 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion, the only contingent of Black WACs that served overseas during the war. Arriving in Birmingham, England in February 1945, the 688th was tasked with sorting through a massive 2-year backlog of mail that filled several airplane hangars to the ceiling. They understood the enormity of their task to re-establish ties of thousands of soldiers to their loved ones. Their motto was "No mail, low morale," and they took that to heart, sorting millions of pieces of mail in just 3 months by working shifts around the clock. After finishing their assignment early in Birmingham, the 688th were sent to Rouen and Paris in France to resolve mail backlogs there as well. Despite their efficiency, Army inspectors were critical of the unit's performance. The unit experienced gender and racial discrimination by Americans in Europe. However, since there were no Jim Crow laws, the women weren't treated as second-class citizens by the locals like they were back home. The British and French people showed them goodwill, dignity, and respect. Anderson recognized that her service with the 688th was a tremendous opportunity. Eager to travel, she described her life overseas as one adventure after another. She traveled to Switzerland on vacation, where she learned to ski and visited the Palace of Versailles outside Paris. She also competed in a ping pong tournament in Wiesbaden, Germany, and played on the 688's basketball team. When the time came to travel for a basketball tournament, the team was told that they couldn't board the train because they were Black. So General John C.H. Lee had a special car attached to the train for them to ride to Germany, where they won the tournament and earned 10 days of rest and recuperation leave. The experience of the 688th in England and France was morale-boosting and rewarding. While Anderson felt that her service did not allow her to advance professionally, she said she went in as a stenographer clerk and came out as a stenographer clerk, it did make it easier for her to get along with people. And the women of the 688th knew that their service was history-making. Anderson left the WAC as a private first class in 1946. Years later, she joined the Detroit, Michigan area chapter of the WAC Veterans Association, an organization dedicated to assisting WACs and other servicewomen and aiding sick and disabled veterans. To learn more stories of women, past and present, who serve our nation, visit www.womensmemorial.org. Tune in for our next HERstory Spotlight.